everything. It's all Kiran Bedi.
So tell me, what is the meaning of being focused for you?
Being focused means being in the moment. You are in that moment. You are focused on attending to what is before you and not which may come after you or which went back. That agitation was before me as a police officer, and my target was to disperse them before they run into the assembly to disturb the rest of the assembly. You see, their object with naked swords was to go into a crowd of thousands of people and wave swords to threaten and scare them. My task as a police officer was to contain them here so that they don't go into that crowd. That was my moment. My moment was not whether they'll kill me and what will happen tomorrow. No. My moment was, how do I contain them now so that they don't run there? So the now was more important rather than tomorrow.
Which I didn't like. It hurt me.
Prakash and his wife Prem had 4 daughters. They decided to educate them without his father's permission. As a result, Prakash was cut off from the family wealth.
Permission for what? For educating a child.
It's such an honor to be with someone who is with everyone in spirit, spirit of courage, spirit of conviction, spirit of commitment, and commitment to work with everyone and take the world towards a place which is slightly better than what it is.
She's very strong, very courageous, very naive. She does have a temper.
I have the first women Indian police officer with me, but it is not just one thing that has been a part of Kiran Bedi's identity. There are so many steps of achievement and of service and of innovative thinking and mobilizing people to work in a way that helps them in bringing out the best in them.
When I changed the face of the prison, they were jealous. When I exposed corruption in the police, I embarrassed them.
There is an unholy nexus between police, politicians, and criminals.
These are powerful people, and there's a high price for going against them.
Of course, Asian Nobel Prize equivalent Raman Magsaysay Award was conferred on her. She was also a Nobel Peace Prize nominee, and she has been consistently one of the top 10 of India's most admired individuals. So if you ask many people like who is your favorite and who is your ideal, you get to hear the name Kiran Bedi somewhere down the line.
Dr. Bedi, my name is Indu Chabra, and I always wanted to shake your hand, and I feel blessed today to shake your hand outside the theater.
कि पूरी लाइफ में मैं सोचती रहती थी मेरा हीरो कौन है, आज मिल गया.
And I wish there are more Kiran Bedis in this world and especially in India.
Marriage is a lot of giving. Marriage is like a full-time commitment. My mother's married to her work. My mother's married to Kiran Bedi.
She's the living legend. I think this is a history being created, living history in front of us. I think we should all applause for her. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie.
Right from your early age, you were a wonderful student, and at the same time you excelled on the field of tennis. You were a champion. Tell me, what is it that was given to you by your parents which helped you in perceiving yourself without any boundaries?
Value for time. The time is of essence. Nothing's going to stay permanent. You're going to continue to outgrow. From a child, you'll become an adult. From an adult, you'll become a senior. So time is going to change. All you have is how do you value what you have today. And since time is going to fly, make use of whatever resources you have to the best. And if you get left behind, if you don't utilize whatever you have, then you'll be seeking help all the time. In what way where do you want to be? To be of help or to be helped? In my head it was to help, not to be helped. And that's the grace which I prayed for. So that comes when you start living in the present and valuing your parents, valuing your school, valuing your facilities you have, and doing the best you can. And it's a building block every day. Today is what I did yesterday. Tomorrow will be what I did today. That's what I believed in even as a child.
It's very scary. It's very difficult to live with her.
Why? What have I done?
I don't know. What haven't you done?
In the film, we saw that you were mentioning about romance while going back in the car, that I have forgotten those and I wasted or whatever, something like that. Now, somewhere down the line, when you see somebody so passionate about helping people, that is also a kind of romance, I think. Otherwise, you won't be here with all these otherwise strange people, talking to them, connecting with them. Share with us this transition. Is it a transition that one can consciously cultivate, or it comes by chance? Transition.
It can be cultivated. In the sense, you are in the moment. In the sense, I'm here. I'm not where I was yesterday. And I'm not worried where am I going to be tomorrow. I'm here. So when there was a moment for romance, I was in the romance. And when it was time to study for an exam, I was in the time to study for an exam. And then when I'm posted, I'm posted. Then poetry is out of my head. So I think all this is being where you are at that moment and being fully in it.
In terms of connecting your mind to many minds wherein they feel there is no purpose of life, in terms of there is no excitement. Even in America, there are many people, even from Indian origin, the way you said God has something, they don't see that connection where they would realize that God has something for them. And so they just while away their time, and sometimes they end up in a situation which calls for sympathy. In what way one can change one's mindset, or it is the one that is given and you are born with it and that's it?
I think there are two minds in one mind, always. One mind which tells you the purposelessness of life. The other mind tells you search your purpose. Even I have it. I also have two minds. Every human mind is the devil and the angel. I think there is a devil and the angel in every human mind. It just depends which you nourish more. Do you nourish the devil? Do you listen to the devil, or do you listen to the angel? And it's a daily conflict. I'm an ordinary mortal human being. I also have the devil. But I realize this is the devil. I realize when the devil says, be lazy. What is a purpose? What is a purpose? Why are you doing this? You can relax, you can get away with it. Or you do minimal, or you get into these temptations. I know that's a devil. I've got to reject the devil. So in fact, I recognize the voice of the devil, which means you need to know that when this devil speaks in your mind of purposeless of life, every human being has it. Even Buddha had it. Every saint has it. But that's faint. The saint trains to make the devil smaller and the angel bigger every day. Or as an ordinary human being, we increase the strength of the devil and reduce the strength of the angel. I think it's a daily conflict. But after a while, the voice gets, if we train every day rightly and realize a higher purpose. Higher purpose means action. Higher purpose means nobility. Higher purpose means getting up to serve and do good. It's work, hard work, it's personal discipline. I think once you nourish these habits, the devil becomes weaker and the angel becomes stronger. And that's a conflict every human being faces. I also face it. So I started to reach out to them. So I asked them. I said, do you pray? Somebody tried to answer, but the guard started to say, you better be quiet. Then I drew closer to them and I asked them, do you pray? And then they realized I was serious. And some started to nod their head. I folded my hands and I found they had closed their eyes and they had folded their hands. And when I opened my eyes, they had actually prayed. And I found peace descending on them. And that was my first communication established.
You know, most of your seniors colleagues would like to see you buried 200 feet below.
My enemies would love to see me fail. And instead, I emerged with international acclaim. Work has been my priority. And my family just got as much as I thought they needed.
All these brave young men noticed there was a braver girl.